To strike the count. Murph at third, 2 down. Curve line, base hit. The Braves lead. With the base open, they pitch to Benedict, and he makes him regret it. That's his 29th RBI of the year, and McMurtry bats with a runner at first and 2 outs.
Pitch is outside, and Benedict pulls this one. Normally goes to right field with it. I'm with you, Skip. I hope this doesn't sound like second guessing. Benedict is too good a hitter to take a chance. That's a run with a base hit, and McMurtry can't hit at all.
0-1 the count. Well, we first guessed that one. They can't get mad at you when you do that. See if he tries to lay one down here and beat it out. He has great speed. He does, and wishes he hadn't. 0-2 the count. Two-1 Atlanta. And the inning is over. They'll have to tag it, and they do. Second strikeout for Branning, but the Braves scored 2 on just 1 hit. There were no errors, a runner left, and after 2 you score. Braves 2, Giants 1.
People who have to watch the news on other networks don't always get to watch the news.
And that's the
But
news.
people who have Cable News Network always get to watch the news. Because Cable News Network is always on, 24 hours a day. Discover the variety of CNN. Its newsmaker interviews, investigative reports, unusual features, and of course, news. Turn on CNN throughout the day, and you'll never miss the news again.
Next on The Catlins. Can Annabelle pull the family together?
I want to have a send-off party in your and Lauren's honor.
Or will Beau's marriage split it apart? And has Chrissy found herself a new man?
If you're the fuller brush man, I'll take a case.
Don't miss The Catlins tonight at 11:35 Eastern, 8:35 Pacific Time on Superstation WTBS.
Thursday on the TBS Morning Movie, the discovery of her scandalous past points to the shocking truth about Mrs. Leslie. Then on Thursday afternoon, an overcrowded lifeboat forces Tyrone Power to make a difficult decision in Abandoned Ship. And on Friday morning, the stakes are high and the prize is oil, and John Wayne will stop at nothing to win the War of the Wildcats. The TBS Daytime Movies, only on Superstation WTBS.
Pitcher Fred Branning will lead off the third inning for the Giants. An interesting deal made today after that Yankee trade. They sent, in a waiver deal, sent Jerry Mumphrey to Houston. And in return got the much troubled Omar Moreno from the Astros. Branning leads it off here, hitting at 149 with a couple of RBIs and a double. Breaking ball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Tuesday night when San Diego is here, they're having the year anniversary of Pascual Perez's trip around the perimeter. And a great poster will be given away to all the fans. Maybe we can get a shot of it as we go along here tonight.
Well, that poster is really outstanding. That's
2-1 the count to Branning.
By the way, that is a 5 o'clock game. They change the time of that a lot, but they're going to play 5 o'clock on Tuesday.
3-1 the count. You don't want to walk this guy. But you do. A little bit high, and the pitcher has led off the inning with a walk. That normally bodes ill. The first walk of the night for Big Mac. And Johnny LeMaster, the batter, he singled to center his first time, was out stealing. Benedict has gunned down 2 tonight. Braves play LeMaster like the Giants played Watson on the infield. They cheat toward the bag at second. He took a shot at right field, came up empty. 0-1 the count. There's that alignment. Good bunt. McMurtry has one play and one play only. Royster covers. The sacrifice is in effect. So the 1-4 sacrifice moves Brining down to second with one away. And Jack Clark, the batter. Check it, Darrell Evans, the batter. Jack Clark will bat after he does. Evans' single to center was out stealing his first time. Darrell with 22 homers, 57 RBI. Mike Murphy got off to a great start power-wise and then has really tailed off. But he's dangerous. Down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Good cut, home run swing, but he didn't get the slider, and the count evens 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1 the count. The pitcher Fred Brining at second, 1 away. And the count evens on Darrell Evans, 2 balls, 2 strikes. What reports have you from Hawks headquarters? Anything going on in that California League?
I think they're all having a very good time out there.
Well, that's good.
No, they like Randy Whitman very much. I think he's a good player.
He's their #1 draft choice out of the University of Indiana. The 2-2 pitch. He's run it full now. 3-2 on Evans. Another dangerous hitter. Jack Clark is next. You'll see 41 Hawk telecasts in the winter ahead right here on WTBS. Nowhere near. So Control, which hurt Brining in the bottom of the second, is not doing any good for McMurtry in the top of the third. Here's Clark.
You know, the Omar Marino, Jerry Mumphrey deal you mentioned. Marino was very, there's Pascual Perez getting his throwing in. Marino is very annoyed that he's been benched against lefties, but he's been hitting about 160 or 170 against lefties, which would seem to indicate that Bob Lillis should bench him against lefties. So
he signed with them of his own free will. He was a free agent.
Got an awful lot of money for it. Now he's going to
the Bronx Zoo.
Yes, sir.
2 on, 1 out. Clark waits. That's high. I hate to see his pitches missing the strike zone up. Right off the end of the bat, and the count evens 1-1.
I think Marino's probably a better defensive center fielder, but Mumphrey's a pretty good hitter. Bob Gibson going out to the mound now to talk to McMurtry.
They got so many outfielders. The Yankees do, with Kemp and Baylor. And
I guess they need someone, though, to run the ball down. You know, Houston will have a pretty good hitting ball club. They have a pretty good hitting ball club now. And with Mumphrey to bat up on top of the lineup and get on base, might score a lot of runs.
Yeah, you got to sort of like that deal if you're a Houston fan, I would think.
Yes, I would.
1-1 the count to Clark. Runners aboard at first and second, 1 out. Right on the corner. That's the best fastball he's thrown. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch. Pop fouled back into the booth next door, where Dave Glass and Hank Greenwald are holding forth. Count stays, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Braves photographer Walter Victor comes up with a baseball. And returns it to the crowd. The pitch. Little squib, foul off the end of the bat. A good breaking ball. And the count stays a ball and 2 strikes. The Cubbies and Cardinals through 12 tied 5-5. And the 1-2 pitch. Got him with an off-speed curveball. First strikeout of the night for McMurtry. Picked a very good spot for it. And Jeff Leonard will hit.
Mack takes a little bit off, and Clark way out ahead. Boy, that ball really went down. That's a good pitch by McMurtry.
Now he has to get Jeff Leonard, who flied to left his first time. Branning still waiting at second, Evans at first. There are 2 out in the inning. Little tap to the mound, and he pitched out of it. Good job by McMurtry. The inning is over. No hits, no runs, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 2.5, your score: Braves 2, Giants 1.
Oh, nice meeting you, big guy.
The Red Man reaction. Satisfaction.
The 4-wheel drive Decathlon. 10 reasons Toyota is the best-selling import 4x4 in America. This Toyota takes on hills, trails, streams, and mud holes. It clears rocks, it takes on deserts and beaches. It's built to work and play.
This Toyota's a champion at doing it right.
Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
Do you know what people want from an airline today? Low fares. At Eastern, we invite you to compare our fares to those of any other airline. But as much as we want your business, we're not going to cut corners to get it. Not in service, not in maintenance. How you doing? And certainly not in the quality of the people who fly our planes. So the next time you travel, make sure the airline you fly is as good as its fares. Fly Eastern.
We're Eastern, America's favorite way to fly.
If you're a Red Cross blood donor, I'd like to say thanks. You saved my life.
Help save a life. Donate blood and bring a friend. Donate blood together.
Every night, CNN's the one to turn to for a half hour filled with sports news, interviews, and game highlights. Watch Sports Tonight at 11 o'clock Eastern only on the Cable News Network.
Brett Butler will lead on for the Atlanta half of the 3rd inning. It will be Butler, Ramirez, and Washington, the top 3 in the order for Atlanta. Fans here from the Oconee Equipment Database, the Duke Power Company. Butler popped out his first time. They're here from Glen Burnie, Maryland. Thibodaux, Louisiana, or Thibodaux. One and 0 the count to Butler. There's a strike with that let up. Fans here from Evansville, Indiana as well pulling for the Braves. A ball and a strike to count. Popped it up, foul territory, and it will make the seats. Rabb and O'Malley both hustled over there, but the ball was out of play. 1 and 2 the count to Brett Butler. Rafael Ramirez waits to hit next. Braves lead at 2-1 in the 3rd. Butler again stands in. That's high and away. 2-2 the count. Just missed outside. Butler looked back at Brocklander. He wasn't sure himself whether or not the guillotine was about to fall on him. And a payoff pitch to the Atlanta leadoff man. That's out of play, and it's still 3-2. Through 8 now, Seattle leads Oakland 7-5. Boy, this time of the year, the Cubs and Cardinals don't need 13 innings. Their pitching staffs are pretty well battered up as it is. He walked him. Just missed. Brining wanted it, but didn't get the call from Fred Brocklander. That's his third walk. Both of his first two came around to score.
You know, the Cardinals have lost 8 straight, most of them at home, and they lost their fine second baseman Tommy Herr for the year. I think he's going to have a knee operation, and he was hitting about .320. He's a good player.
Ramirez flied to left his first time, hit the ball pretty well. Butler faked the start, strike called, 0-1 the count. Braves trying to get a few more here. They lead at 2-1 in the third. And every game you win just puts a little added pressure on second place Los Angeles. Fairly close play at first, but Brett got back all right. Again, it's close. Again, he's back. Gerald Perry, who the Braves have on their roster tonight for Chambliss, was hitting .314 in 113 games at Richmond. 13 homers, 71 RBIs, 21 doubles, 8 triples, 26 stolen bases. He'd scored 81 runs. He was putting together a fine year. Butler scampers back again. Hot shot, but right at the second baseman. They should turn it over. There's one, there's two. Raffy hit it hard, but right at the second baseman, Joel Youngblood, who started the 4-6-3 double play. It is the 74th by the Giants this year. They've hit into 111.
Once Youngblood makes a stop, it's pretty routine play.
That's where Joe wishes he had sent the runner. That ball would have been right through and into center field. And that is a second guess. That's after the fact. Washington struck out his first time. Well, he's seen 4 pitches to this point, and they've all been strikes. Make that 5. And the 0-2 pitch to the Atlanta right fielder is forthcoming. Little tap. Brining gets over to cover. The throw by Evans is in time, and the inning is over. So nothing going for Atlanta in the third. They go 1-2-3, and after 3 complete, the Braves lead the Giants 2-1.
When you're trying to get up a hill and you've got 10 tons of steel staring you in the face, that's when you really need Gulf Super Unleaded, the gas with guts. The unleaded gasoline with the extra octane you need to help make sure you can pass, climb, and accelerate. Gulf Super Unleaded, the gas with guts.
I always try to do the best I can for my family, and that includes using a pain reliever I can really trust. For many years, we've taken Tylenol. I discovered Tylenol in the hospital when I had my second child. It worked then, and I've used it ever since. Turns out Tylenol is the pain reliever hospitals use most, and that's been so for more than 10 years. Well, if hospitals trust Tylenol, that confirms my own trust.
For relief you can trust Tylenol. Hospitals do. Tylenol, safety sealed for your protection. Jello pudding pops. Frozen pudding on a stick. You know, all the finest castles serve Jello pudding pops.
They do?
Mm-hmm. It's a snack fit for a king because it's so rich and creamy.
Yeah!
And Mom won't throw you into the old dungeon when you eat it because she knows it's made with real pudding.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Jello brand pudding pops. All the goodness of real Jello pudding, so you know it's wholesome.
A veritable feast for the tummy.
And I won't end up in the dungeon.
Well, we've completed 3 innings here, and logic dictates that we move next to the top of the 4th. Get those people straightened away, and now with the play-by-play story, here's John Sterling.
Braves lead it 2-1. It'll be Chili Davis, Joel Youngblood, and Tom O'Malley here in the 4th. Right on the outside corner. Skip mentioned Davis was sent back, and well, you see a graphic right there. Since he came back from Phoenix during the All-Star break, he's been hitting .290. I'm sure the Giants are very disappointed. That's a curveball a little low at Davis and O'Malley. They had a good year under their belt last year, and they did not progress this season. But they're both young.
That's the tough part. When do you give up on a guy? Giants have made that mistake with a lot of young outfielders.
Boy,
George Foster.
Wow, that was the worst. A few others. That's hit down the left field line. Butler on the run. And it's a long strike. 2-2. One thing in the Toronto Yankee game last night, they mentioned about Lloyd Mosby in Toronto. Because when you're a bad ball club, you can do that. And they just stayed with Mosby for 3 years now. Mosby and Willie Upshaw, guys like that, are becoming good major league players. On the run, Murphy makes the catch, and there's one away. Here's Joe Youngblood, who's accounted for the Giants' run, a home run just over the left field screen. Youngblood has had a tremendous year against the Braves. He's hitting about .325 against Atlanta and has 3 of his 10 home runs against the Braves. There's a base hit by Youngblood again. Youngblood and Joe Torre did not get along super in New York when Joe was managing the Mets, and I guess Youngblood is rising to the occasion against Torre's team now. Oh, Joel is 2 for 2. O'Malley singled his first time. And it's outside, ball 1. McMurtry's held him at bay, but boy, it hasn't been pretty tonight. He's given up 5 hits and 2 walks now in 3 and 1/3 innings. Good pitch right on the outside corner of the knees. That's 1-1. McMurtry has an outside chance at winning 20. Probably wind up with 17 or 18 wins. A great rookie year. Currently 12-7. There's the pickoff throw, and Youngblood gets back.
Did you read about the big controversy about allowing kangaroos into this country? That was in the paper today. A lot of folks hopping mad about that.
What a gullible, naive straight man you have. It'll be a 2-1 pitch coming up to O'Malley with Youngblood at first and 1 out here in the 4th. 2-2. I've had problems getting above pine tar of late. Isn't that amazing how much could be made out of that incident? That happens in New York. I guess it becomes a big story. Youngblood back. Youngblood going. There's the strikeout. The throw. He's got him again. 3 in a row for Bruce. Ramirez might have gotten spiked. For the Giants, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. O'Malley fans and Benedict has gunned down Youngblood, and by a lot. At the end of 3 1/2, the score: the Braves 2 and the Giants 1.
A double play. Anyone who pitches for a living loves a beautifully turned twin killing. Hi, this is Tom Seaver for the Sporting News, and we have a twin killing for you. 2 issues for the price of 1 to introduce you to the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. That's right, you'll get 26 issues of the Sporting News for just $9.99. 2 for the price of 1. And you can't buy the Sporting News for a lower price anywhere. It's the magazine that gives me the no-nonsense details of all Major League sports and college action. To love sports is to love the Sporting News, the Sports Bible. Why don't you subscribe today, and here's a friend to tell you how.
That's right, Tom. You get the Sporting News at the low rate of 38 cents an issue. 26 issues for $9.99. That's half the regular subscription price.
Why not take advantage of this special 2-for-1 double play offer now? You know, you can't get the Sporting News for a lower price anywhere.
To subscribe, call this toll-free number, 1-800-257-1234. That's 1-800-257-1234. In New Jersey, call 1-800-232-6966. Or write to the Sporting News, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia, 30357. You pay only $9.99 for 26 issues, and the Hall of Fame Fact Book is yours free with your paid subscription.
This telecast authorized under rights granted by the Braves, intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves and the Turner Broadcasting System is prohibited. The announcers employed by the Turner Broadcasting System.
And legally speaking, we thank you.
Incidentally, on Cable News Network tomorrow, Don Farmer and Chris Curl on Take 2 are having the chairman of the FCC. I hope they'll ask him why we have to read that every night.
That's inside ball 1 to Bob. I hope they do too. I'm sure they have something more important.
There's nothing more important than that, is there?
Orange fouls it back 1-1. Horner, Murphy, and Watson, they got the Braves going, although they didn't hit their way on. Horner and Murphy walked. Watson grounded out, moving them along, and then a sac fly by Royster and a single by Bruce Benedict, and the Braves lead at 2-1. 2 runs on 1 hit for the Braves. The curveball is high. The Giants have a run, 5 hits, and no errors, and Bruce Benedict 3 for 3 in throwing out runners, and thus far he has the game-winning RBI and hit. On the inside corner of the knees, 2-2. Horner, the hottest of the Braves hitters. He's hitting 7 straight. In his last 32 games, he's hit .350 for the Braves. Horner pops it foul. Braves went into Cincinnati on June 24th and won 5 straight games, and that really began their winning ways. Braves are 30-15 since then, and have taken a 5.5 game deficit to Los Angeles, turned it into a 6.5 game lead, fouled off. Now here's Breining's 2-2. Hit over the bag, just foul. It started to go over the bag straight, then it just went foul, and John McSherry called it as such.
He's my kind of umpire.
Big John. That's check swinged on the ground to O'Malley. He fires it wildly, and Horner goes to second. My goodness, that throw had to be 10 feet above Darrell Evans' head. I don't think Kareem would have had this one.
It's a major league air. He cranks up. And the ball just sailed on him. Evans never had a chance. So Hoerner's at second with nobody out on the air.
You know, Skip mentioned it before. Fred Browning pitched a beauty against the Braves in San Francisco. His teammates did him in. He only allowed a couple of hits.
Hoerner got to second on a two-base throwing error by O'Malley in that game to key the inning that won it for Atlanta.
Then after they took Browning out, the Braves climbed all over the Giants relief corps. Murph fouls it back. Murph walked his first time and scored a run. Murph continues to lead in that department. A run scored. He has 100 runs scored now. That was his 100th of the year. 0-2 on Dale. Hoerner at second. You see him with the lead and no one out here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-2. Sometimes you look at a guy's won and lost or his ERA and you determine he's had either a good or bad year from that. Really have to see people pitch. Good pitch outside corner. He struck him out, one away. That is strikeout number 2 for Browning. And here is Bob Watson. I stand corrected. Strikeout number 3. Washington in the first, McMurtry in the second, and now Murph in the fourth. Browning has walked 3. And 2 of them scored. Braves lead it 2-1 here in the fourth. Curveballs though. It'll be Bruce Bereni for the Reds and Bert Hooton for Los Angeles. See what Watson's done lately.
Cardinals ended the drought. They got 4 in the 13th and beat the Cubs 9-5.
Well, I bet they feel a little bit better. They will have to go on some winning streak though in September to climb back in the race. It'll be caught by Evans, 2 away. And the reason I say that, in September the Eastern teams play against each other just like the Western teams play against each other. And let's say St. Louis is beating Montreal, and let's say they're beating Philadelphia. Well, when Montreal and Philadelphia go play someone else, they might win. It's very tough to go past 3 teams, and right now that's what they have to do. Here is the invaluable Jerry Royster. 2 away. Hoerner still at second base. There's a strike. You know, Royster wants to play every day. Butler, Harper, they want to play every day. But on the Braves, well, I don't want to sound Pollyannish, but there are no problems about not playing every day. Fouled off. 0-2. Of course, when you're winning, I guess that helps.
Oh, winning is everything. You've never seen a losing ball club without a lot of moaning and groaning. Right. But you see very little of it on most winning teams, the Yankee teams of the late 70s being an exception to that rule.
Hit hard. O'Malley knocks it down. He has a play. And it's in time. O'Malley recovers and throws out Royster 5-3. No runs, no hits, 1 Giants error, and 1 Brave left on at the end of 4. The score. The Braves 2, San Francisco 1.
Are you tired of the gotcha of old-fashioned wrenches? Well, now there's Sure-Lock, an incredible new universal wrench with a grip like a vise. Sure-Lock versus all these wrenches makes Sure-Lock a sure winner. From 3/8 to 13/16 or 9mm to 22, Sure-Lock fits them all. No more searching for the right size. Do chewed-up bolt heads give you a headache? Relax. Sure-Lock locks up like a vise to loosen even strip nuts because Sure-Lock works on the flats of the nut, not the corners, like those gotcha wrenches. Metric or Imperial, foreign or domestic, lawnmowers, cars,
bikes, and toys, nothing's too tight for Sherlock. It replaces this $40 set of wrenches and fits right in your pocket. There's more. In a tight spot, watch. Sherlock even has a built-in ratchet so it socks it up in seconds. Turn it over and it loosens just as fast. Sherlock is made from the finest hardened tool steel. And if you order now, we'll also send you Big Lock. It fits from 13/16 to 1 1/4. Through this offer, you get both wrenches, plus our incredible 10-year written guarantee. We'll also include 10 screwdrivers to fit every type of screw. Plus, as an extra bonus, you'll also receive the amazing Pocket Tool Kit. This incredible tool cuts glass, strips, sharpens, hones, and shapes tile like a professional does. And it's yours as a bonus. You get it all for the amazing price of only $19.99.
To order, call 1-800-257-1234, New Jersey 232-6966. Save the COD charges by sending $19.99 plus $3 shipping and handling to Wrench Kit, Box 7500, Atlanta.
There's the sign for Fitzgerald. It is Fitzgerald night, and I believe 700 or so have come up to root for the Braves. That's a long drive. That's down near Florida, I believe. Happy to have him in the park. Skip Caray, John Sterling here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. We go to the 5th. It is 2-1 Braves. Here's catcher Johnny Rabb, the 8th hitter. On the ground to left field, he shoots it through for the base hit. Rabb can run a little bit for a catcher, too. He's on first, carrying the tying run and presenting a sacrifice situation for Fred Brining. There you see the lead by Rabb. As I say, he can run a bit. Brining. And the bunt is foul. Brining walked his first time up. As a hitter, he is 7 for 47, no homers, 2 RBIs. Figures out to below 150. Here's where a pitcher can really help himself if he can advance the runner, because a couple of pretty good hitters coming up, Johnny LeMaster and Darrell Evans. Very odd totals in this game. A run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Giants, 2 runs, 1 hit. And it was not a home run, and no errors for the Braves. The Giants have the only home run, Joel Youngblood. There's the bunt. Horner has a play at second. He goes there in time. Double play. It is a 5-6-4 double play. And beautifully executed.
And you give Bruce Benedict some credit here, too. He's the quarterback, and he lets Horner know he's got the play at second. And Ramirez gets the double play easily at first with Royster covering.
So 2 away. You know, when you talk about the different things the Braves have going for them, they lead the major leagues in runs scored. They have a very high batting average. They have top to bottom good hitting in the lineup. Now, great bullpen. Perez and McMurtry and Negro at the top of their rotation. Boy, the double play is a big part of it. Royster deep second. And a very quick inning. No runs ahead. No errors, no one left at the end of 4.5 innings of play. The Braves 2 and the Giants 1.
We are Bronson and Bogey, Keaton and Kane. We are new stars and old stars, a real Hall of Fame. We are your favorites, Matt Hayes as a kid. We are the reason you move the way Rocky did. We are Cinemax.
We are cable TV's movie star with over 50 great movies a month.
We're doing movies good. We're more than Hollywood. We are Cinemax. We are your movie star.
Okay, everybody. What do you say we make it Michelob Light for the winners?
Sure, but we get mighty thirsty. Michelob Light for the winners.
Yeah, it's a whole new game when you're playing for Michelob Light, the rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Michelob Light for the winners. Michelob Light.
Oh, a nice nice meeting you, big guy.
The Red Man reaction. Satisfaction.
There are your totals as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Pete Van Weir and Ernie Johnson joining you now on Braves TV. A lot of special groups here. The Douglas County Boys Club among the many in attendance tonight. And due up for Atlanta in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Bruce Benedict, then Craig McMurtry, then back to the top of the order, and Brett Butler. Benedict has the only Atlanta hit of the ball game. It was a single to left field back in the second inning, drove in the Braves' second run, and right now that's the winning run. It's 2-1 Braves. Brining taking a little time before getting ready. And the first pitch on the way to Benedict. He's 2 for 2, lining one into center field. So Bruce delivers a leadoff single here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Hit number 2 for Atlanta off Brining. And it'll bring up the pitcher, Craig McMurtry. McMurtry went down swinging his first time up. Giants looking for the bunt here. O'Malley way in at third. McMurtry squaring, gets the bunt down, but foul off to the right. And it's 0-1. There have been times this year in this situation, particularly when the Braves have a lead, when Joe Torre has taken the bunt sign off after the count has gotten to 0-1 on a pitcher. There's your runner at first, Bruce Benedict, being held by Darrell Evans. The pitch out, but nothing was on. So it's now 1-1. Again, Mack takes a look down at Maxey. And the 1-1 on the way. Bunted down toward Evans at first. His only play will be to first. A 3-4 sacrifice. McMurtry does his job. Benedict down to second. You saw him raise a finger in the air to indicate one man out.
Well, Benedict was running on the pitch. Evans took a look. He knew he had no chance down there. He got McMurtry at first.
So now Benedict in scoring position. One down, back to the top of the order, Brett Butler, who has fouled at the catcher and walked. Brining delivers. Butler trying to check his swing, was unable to. 0-1 the count. Two runs, 2 hits Atlanta, 1 run, 6 hits for San Francisco are in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Little chopper foul off to the right. And the count on Brett now 0-2. Brett with that ever-present bubble gum. Nothing in 2 the count. Just missed outside. 1-2. Giants got a run in the top half of the second. Braves came back with 2 in the bottom half of the second. And that's still our score. 2-1. We're in the bottom half of the fifth inning. A count of 2-2 now on Brett Butler.
Brining throws a lot of fork balls in this particular game. I've never seen him throw as many.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, just outside. 3-2. the on-deck hitter, Rafael Ramirez. Now the payoff pitch. Butler lines one toward center field. Davis, playing a shallow center, though, makes the catch. Had thoughts about throwing back to second, but Benedict quickly got back. So 2 men are out now with the runner down at second, and the batter will be Rafael Ramirez, who has flied to left and hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Rafi trying to extend a 10-game hitting streak. Way outside, ball one. Tomorrow night, same two clubs in the final game of this series. It'll be Ken Daly against Bill Lasky. Then it's the Dodgers over the weekend. All 3 games are sellouts. Bouncing ball foul. And we've been asked to point out that in September, the Dodgers come to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium one more time. That is the weekend of September 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and those tickets are moving very, very briskly. So if you want to catch a Braves-Dodgers game, you might want to get your ticket order in as early as possible for the September series. There's nothing left for this weekend. Off the end of the bat, 1 and 2.
That last camera shot that we've hit of Brining, the last 2 pitches, we can see him. Of course, the batter can't see him because he's got the glove in the way, but we could see him fix his forkball. It's at the last second. He just shoves it in between his middle finger and his index finger.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Little soft line drive. That's going to fall in. Base hit center field. Benedict rounding third. Here comes the throw by Chili Davis. He will be safe. And down to second goes Rafael Ramirez. Ramirez now with an 11-game hitting streak. He drives in his 36th run of the year, and the Braves take a 3-1 lead.
Rafi can really disturb you because he hits good pitches for base hits. That pitch was low and away. Benedict just beat the throw at the plate. Watch Fred Brocklander give you the sign right here. Fred will just jump up and down. That's safe. I like the way Fred calls plays. A little different.
So it's now a 3-1 Atlanta lead. Third hit of the ball game for the Braves. Here's Claudell Washington, who's 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out to first. Ramirez took second on the throw to home. And there's a called strike to Claudell.
Rafi's really had a good year. He's had 3 11-game hitting streaks now.
A very consistent hitter. He leads the Braves in hits. That base hit by Ramirez was his 129th of the year. Second place in the club belongs to Dale Murphy at 121. Rafael was the Braves leader in hits a year ago by 1 over Dale Murphy. 1 and 2 the count now on Claudell. Bottom half of the 5th inning, Braves lead it by 2. Ramirez down at second with 2 outs. And a 1-2 pitch to Washington, grounded toward short. Lemaster up with it cleanly, on to first in time. So that ends the bottom half of the 5th inning, but the Braves make it a good one, picking up a run on 2 hits and leaving 1. At the end of 5 complete, it's now Atlanta 3, San Francisco 1.
Hey, 4 runs down. You want to concede the Michelob Light?
You've done it now.
But a bunch of guys who really go at it this hard just for a beer, well, it is Michelob Light, and that means a rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Hey, how'd you guys do it? Just concentrated on the fundamentals. The Michelob Light and who's buying.
Michelob Light.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Gurney. That's my father Dan out there. He thinks the best way you can have fun is take a Toyota Celica, paint it funny, and drive it around the track as fast as you can.
Boy, it's fun driving around the track as fast as you can.
But not me. I think the best way you can have fun in a Celica is to leave it just the way it is, then drive it around town as slow as you can.
Hi, Jimmy.
Wow.
Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
The biggest game is on today.
The whole town's got a part to play, but the hard work you do makes a kid's dream come true, and there's something big waiting for you.
Coke is it, the most refreshing taste around. Coke is it.
Play ball.
Coke is it.
And now enjoy new caffeine-free Coke. The can is gold. The taste from Coke. Coke or new caffeine-free Coke. Either way, you'll say Coke is it.
And if you followed the Braves last year, you'll recall how down in the dumps everybody was feeling right about this point last year. This is when the Braves were in the midst of that long skid where they fell out of first place. And to wait till the final week to win it. Things a little rosier at this point this year. Here's Darrell Evans now leading off the 6th inning. He has singled and he's walked. Got a couple of hellos to send along. Johnny Grantham, who works with the Atlanta Falcons, wants to say hello to her son Ken, who watches on the cable in Connecticut. And we want to wish a happy anniversary to Pete and Doris Scorpet, celebrating their 42nd wedding anniversary down in West Palm Beach today. Pete's the Braves man in West Palm Beach. 1 ball, no strikes to Darrell.
Understand Pete's feeling better. He had some surgery and he's up and about now.
3 runs, 3 hits for Atlanta. 1 run, 6 hits for the Giants. We're in the top half of the 6th. To shallow center field, Dale Murphy with an easy play. 1 down. That'll bring up the right fielder Jack Clark, who has flied to right and struck out. One ball, no strikes. One thing the Braves management really likes about Craig McMurtry is even when he doesn't have his best stuff, and I think he would probably tell you that tonight he does not have his best stuff. He's a battler. He was in trouble early in this game. Couple of hits in the first, couple of hits in the second, couple of walks in the third. But here we are in the 6th inning, and it's 3-1 Atlanta.
There have been many good pitchers who experienced difficulty early in the game. If you didn't get them then, they would get you later.
It is now 2-1 on Jack Clark. Now the 2-1 pitch, bouncing ball right back to Craig. On to Watson in time for out number 2. 2 away quickly here in the top half of the 6th inning. Jeff Leonard will be the batter.
There was one pitcher I can recall never seemed like he was ever in trouble. That's our pitching coach, Bob Gibson. He was never in trouble. He just wouldn't give you anything. One year had a ERA of a little over 1 for the whole season.
That's just amazing. And he was probably unhappy that it wasn't a little lower.
Yes.
Knowing the kind of competitor he is. 1 ball, no strikes to Jeff Leonard. Now the 1-0 on the way. Pop foul, back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Leonard. Braves tonight trying to win their 70th game of the year. Giants trying to avoid their 60th loss. One and 2 now to Leonard. McMurtry seeking his 13th win of the season, trying to beat the Giants for the first time ever. And here's his 1-2 pitch. Line to right field. Claudel started in, now backing up, makes the catch to end the inning. McMurtry has his first authentic 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Giants in the 6th. We go to the bottom half with our score remaining. Atlanta 3, San Francisco 1.
Olympic stain. We've got the inside on outside protection. Inside every can of Olympic stain is linseed oil that penetrates inside wood to give strong protection outside. Inside every can is the experience of over half a century. That's why Olympic protects the outside of more homes than any other stain. Olympic stain. We've got the inside on outside protection.
Tonight on CNN Sports, our closer look will deal with the superstars of our national pastime. Are they really that great? The Braves lead the National League West by 6.5. Time could be running out for the Dodgers. The Tigers trail Baltimore by only a half game. The Orioles are on the skids, losing their last 4. And our preview of the NFL training camps continues with a look at the St. Louis Cardinals, a team that hasn't had a winning season in the last 5 years. Join Nick Charles and Fred Hickman tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on CNN.
It took only a few seconds to begin.
You're great. You're great. I know. Lighten up.
But it'll take hours before it's over.
I suppose that means I don't pass.
Laugh along with your favorite funny man in the Great American Traffic Jam.
Why didn't I listen to my old man and become a bookie?
Tonight on Superstation WTBS.
For mystery, romance, and sizzling drama, watch The Catlins, the continuing saga of the South's most powerful family. The Catlins, tonight at 11:35 following the TBS Evening News. Let's make that The Catlins.
Bottom half of the 6th inning. Bob Horner, Dale Murphy, Bob Watson. Scheduled against Fred Breining. Hasn't pitched that poorly. He's given up only 3 hits, but they've all come in clutch situations, and the Braves lead at 3-1. Horner has walked and reached on an error. He's trying to extend an 8-game hitting streak. And he might just have done it. Back goes Chili Davis, still going back to the warning track. He'll make the catch right up against the wall in deep left center field. Horner just missed his 20th homer of the year. And that's a long and noisy out number 1. Now Dale Murphy, who has walked and struck out. Breining delivers. Fastball up high. Murph's been fooled by that pitch tonight several times.
He's had a good forkball. And he gets it usually going down and away, or at least on the outside part of the plate. It'll have some action to it, besides having a nice change of speeds.
There it was again. And the bat winds up almost out near second baseman Joel Youngblood, who comes in to retrieve it. The count goes to 1-2 on Murphy.
Murphy doesn't grip the bat that hard. He has it loosely in his hands most of the time. That's just got by the pitcher. He came to attention.
Now the 1-2 on the way. High in the air, and I mean high in the air. It's going to take a while for this one to come down. There it is. And that's out number 2. So 2 down now in the bottom half of the 6th for Bob Watson, who's 0 for 2. Bob has grounded out to second and popped to first.
Breining has pitched a good ball game. He's allowed only 3 hits.
He pitched a good one up in San Francisco and got beat by the Braves. Not getting any runs scored for him has been the problem. That missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the 1-0. Grounded right toward third. O'Malley fields a funny hop, throws on to first in time. Breining gets the middle of the Braves batting order. 1-2-3. And at the end of 6, our score stays Atlanta 3, San Francisco 1.
One more set, guys? Nah, you guys are just too tough today. For Michelob Light?
You should have quit while you were ahead.
Michelob Lights for the win.
Would good friends play this hard for a beer? Well, it is Michelob Light, a rich, smooth taste you can compare to any beer you like.
Michelob Lights for the winner. I don't get it. You guys killed us.
Don't blame us. You suggested we play for a Michelob Light.
Michelob Lights.
Take a closer look, and you'll see that front-wheel drive isn't the only great thing about this Toyota Tercel. It's just the tip of the iceberg. This Tercel is the lowest-priced Toyota you can buy. It has more room than any subcompact and gives you more mileage than ever before. The new Toyota Tercel, a new standard in front-wheel drive. But that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Covering Jerry Pate is a super opportunity for a photographer.
If I win this tournament, I'm going to make you famous.
I counted on my Canon AE1 program with all the features a pro wants to capture all the sides of Pate's game.
Now it's your turn. I told you I was going to make you famous.
The AE1 program makes the toughest shot simple.
The Canon AE1 program. So advanced, it's simple.
Canon, the official camera of the Atlanta Braves.
We go to the top half of the 7th inning. Chili Davis, Joel Youngblood, Tom O'Malley due up against Craig McMurtry. Greg Minton up now in the Giants bullpen. If we get down to the pitcher's spot, Frank Robinson will no doubt pinch hit for Breining. Braves leading it by 2. Davis is 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and flying to center, and he takes a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. Got that fastball right by him. 0-2 the count. There's the Moon Man, Greg Minton, throwing in the Giant pen. The 0-2 on the way to Chili Davis. Did not get the off-speed curve. Whoops. Chili avoided the first tag, but was unable to avoid the second one. Third strikeout for Craig McMurtry.
This was a curveball, and he swung over it. It was dropped. Benedict tagged him right there, I thought. A little fast feet, and Benedict still got it. I thought he had him the first time.
That's been a good strikeout pitch for McMurtry, that off-speed breaking ball. He's gotten a lot of strikeouts this year on that pitch. Doesn't throw it that often. Sharply hit, but right at third. Bob Horner gobbles it up. On to Watson, 2 down. That's the first time Joel Youngblood's been retired in the game. He had homered and singled his first 2 times up. Now the third baseman, Tom O'Malley, who was singled and struck out. And the strikeout was the front half of a double play. Joel Youngblood was cut down trying to steal. Benedict has thrown out 3 potential base stealers tonight. Nothing in 1. In fact, you can't have a much better night than Bruce Benedict has had. He's thrown out 3 runners. He's gone 2 for 2, scored a run, driven in a run. There's that slow breaking ball. It missed low. 1-1. Now the 1-1 coming. Hit sharply. That's going to get through into left field for a base hit. Tom O'Malley has his second hit of the game. That's hit number 7 for the Giants. And it brings up the catcher, Johnny Rabb, who has flied to right and singled. Braves people are quite impressed with the way this youngster swings a bat. Giants have gone through an awful lot of catchers in recent years, trying to find one to catch a majority of the time and stick around for a few years, and this may be the guy.
There was one article in San Francisco saying that he didn't throw very well, but you can't prove it by the Braves. I mean, he threw well in San Francisco against Atlanta.
There's the 1-0 to him, and there's a high pop-up right side of the infield. Watson drifting into foul territory. Royster coming over. Look out, it'll be Bob Watson dropping the ball in foul ground. After a near collision between Royster and Watson, Watson got a glove on the ball but couldn't hang on, and he'll be charged with an error.
Well, if there's fault to be involved, I think Royster should be charged with it, because it was a clear case of Bob Watson going to catch it. I believe he was bothered by Royster being right in front of him and yelling. Let's see if it hurts or not. He should have caught it, but he was bothered a bit.
So it's now 1-1 on Rabb. That's the first Atlanta error of the game. There's a fly ball pretty well hit right center field. Murphy going back, still going back. He can't get it. It bounces off the wall. O'Malley will be waved around third. He will score. And the error did prove costly, as on the very next pitch, Johnny Rabb doubles to right center field. It's now a 3-2 Atlanta lead. Rabb's 5th double, his 11th RBI of the year.
This ball is well hit. Wasn't a bad pitch. You saw it on the outside part of the plate, but he went that way and hit it deep to right center field. Going to score O'Malley and put Rabb at second base and make it a 1-run game.
Now we're going to get a pinch hitter for Fred Browning. Looks like Milt May has grabbed a bat. And that's who it'll be. Milt May batting for Fred Browning. 8 hits now off McMurtry. But even though the run here in the 7th inning has scored on a single and a double, it's an unearned run, because Rabb got new life at the plate when Watson dropped the pop-up in foul territory. Milt May batting .244, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. He's got a reputation as a first ball fastball hitter. Let's see how the Braves treat him here. He swings a good bat,
particularly on a low fastball, and sometimes a first ball hitter.
Down at second, Rabb gets his lead. He's swinging at that first pitch and fouling it back. 0-1. May, a veteran catcher, hasn't had an awful lot of playing time this year. Brenly and Rabb have been getting the majority of the starts recently. He's in his 13th major league season. Fouled off at the plate, 0-2.
Well, the Braves got some errors, picked up some runs the last 2 days by the Giant errors. Now San Francisco's taken advantage of an error. Many times you get the error, but you don't get the base hit. But in this particular case, Rabb delivered.
Now the 0-2 to Milt May. It missed outside, 1-2. Greg Minton in the Giants bullpen. He'll be their next pitcher. Braves bullpen quiet. And here's the 1-2. There's that slow curve, and it's fouled off. It stays a ball and 2 strikes. Braves have gotten their 3 runs on only 3 hits. And the Giants have scored 2 runs on 8 hits. Now the 1-2. Slow curve again. Got him. The ball bouncing away from Benedict. He'll pick it up and throw down to first in time to end the inning. It's a strikeout, the 4th of the game for McMurtry. Give Benedict the assist, then give the putout to Bob Watson. So McMurtry is able to pitch out of further trouble. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 costly error, 1 man left. Bottom half of the 7th coming up with our score: Braves 3, Giants 2.
You mowed down those pins like you never did before. Then your final shot knocks down a whole lot more. Well, the know-how you can count on is right on your shelf. Don't pay some guy to help you out. Do the job yourself. You can do it easy. Sure does pay. With Time Life Books, you've got it made. Whatever the problem, Time Life Books Home Repair and Improvement gives you the skill to solve it. You'll start getting results with your first book, Kitchens and Bathrooms. Just the thing if you've got changes in mind. If you keep it, pay just $9.95 plus shipping and handling. Then about every other month, you get another book. Same low price. They pay for themselves with a few little jobs. Keep only those you want, cancel anytime. So if the bathroom needs redoing and the plumbing's out of whack, it's no big deal to do it when you've got the knack. With Time Life Books, you'll handle big jobs, too, and have the house you always wanted when you're through. And hey, call now and you'll get this tool guide free when you buy your first book. Yeah, you can do it easy. Sure does pay. With Time Life Books, you've got it made.
To order your first book for a 15-day examination, just phone toll-free 1-800-257-1234. That's 1-800-257-1234. Or write Kitchens and Bathrooms, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia. That toll-free number again is 1-800-257-1234.
Atlanta with 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. San Francisco 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. There's the new Giants pitcher, Greg Minton, as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Due up for Atlanta, lower third of the order, Jerry Royster, Bruce Benedict, and Craig McMurtry. And stepping in to tell you all about it, once again, here's Ernie Johnson.
Okay, Professor, Greg Minton's a good pitcher. He's been an outstanding relief pitcher for many years for the Giants. Signed a multi-year contract this past year. Jerry Royster will lead it off. It'll be followed by Bruce Benedict and Craig McMurtry. We've got a 1-run game for you. It's 3-2, bottom of the 7th. We haven't the attendance yet, but it must be around 30,000. Giants with 8 hits, the Braves with 3. Each team guilty of an error. Brining went 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 3 runs earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. To short, to first, 1 down. Royster now 0 for 2. He had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning, knocked in a run. Benedict singled in a run in the 2nd, singled in the 5th, thrown out 3 runners. He now has 29 RBIs, batting average of .291. Atlanta shooting for their 70th win. They've lost but 44 times. If you watch Minton, he'll be down around the knees. He doesn't pitch around the waist very often. That's a sinker. 1-0. That one came right off Benedict's foot. Boy, he's had more foul balls off the left foot. 1 ball, 1 strike. What a game they had in Chicago today. The Cardinals finally won a game they had lost 8 in a row, and they won 9-5 in 13 innings. And they used everybody but the clubhouse equipment man to pitch. We'll give you a rundown on some of these scores. We know that you're interested in all games. Cardinals got 17 hits, the Cubs 13. Two-1, down low again, 3-1. Minton has a sinker that'll go in on the right-handed batter. Then he throws a slider low and away. Well, I missed by about 900. 29,103 paid here as Benedict fouls it past third. The Cardinals today used LaPointe, Andujar, Lottie, Suter, Rucker, and Stuper got the win. The Cubs used Trout, Brewster, Lefferts, Campbell, Smith, Proley. Knowles was charged with a loss. And that's a strikeout of Bruce Benedict. Home runs today by St. Louis, Lonnie Smith and David Gray. New York failed to score top of the first. Montreal now batting. Torres against Gullickson. It's the only game started at this point. Here's McMurtry. He struck out and sacrificed. Foul away. The Yankees, upset over yesterday's win by Toronto, came back today, got 6 runs in the 5th to win 8-3 over Toronto. Righetti won his 13th. Gott was the loser. Seattle over Oakland 7-5. Renicky a home run Seattle. Allman hit one for Oakland. Young won it, and Heimuller lost it. The rest of the games later on tonight. So you're up to date on the scoreboard. We'll keep you that way. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 from Minton to McMurtry is low and away. Butler would be next. To the mound. And that's a 1-2-3 for Greg Minton. We've played 7. We go to the 8th. Thanks for tuning us in. It's the Braves 3 and the Giants 2.
Let's settle in here, all right? I'm guessing that they're hiding right out in this grass. Watch me, partner. It's all in the wrist. Oh, I got bit. Big. Get him on in. Let's get a look at that hog. Oh, nice meeting you, big guy.
The Red Man reaction. Satisfaction.
This Bud's for everyone who takes the power and sends it down the line.
This Bud's for you, for all you do. The king of fields is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do. This Bud's for you.
It's a 20th century fact of life, but never has it been so funny. Don't miss Ed McMahon and Abe Vigoda in the Great American Traffic Jam, the TBS Wednesday night movie, tonight right after the game on Superstation WTBS.
We're going to the 8th. Youngsters, oldsters, families, they all love baseball. Attendance is up over last year when it was a record year. The Braves look like they're going to break the 2 million mark this season for the first time ever. National pastime is thriving. Strike on the outside corner. This is Johnny LeMaster. Evans on deck, then Jack Clark. Towards short. Raffy's going to have to hurry on this guy. He got him on a tag. Nice play by Watson. Came off the bag and tagged the sliding LeMaster. Now Darrell Evans, who single, walked, and flied to center.
Not a bad idea here by LeMaster. You could see the throw was going to pull Watson off the bag, and he knew that Bob was going to be swiping at him as he came by. He tried to slide underneath that tag, but was unable to.
Evans had a 3-0 pitch for a single in the first inning. He was later caught stealing. He walked in the third. Flied out in the sixth. Will it stay fair? Nope. Howdy Doody hit one off the end of the bat. 0-1. Putin pitches tonight for the Dodgers against Berene. They used Valenzuela last night on 3 days rest. He wasn't as effective as he usually is. 8 hits, 5 walks, had 5 strikeouts and 7+ innings. But they had to make that decision whether he would pitch with 3 days rest against the Reds or 3 days rest against the Braves. So he'll get his 4 days rest as he normally does against Atlanta. He'll pitch on Sunday. Toward Royster. 2 away. Now Jack Clark. All these guys can tie the game with one swing. Evans, Clark, Leonard, they all hit home runs. Frank Robinson, a Hall of Famer. I believe he was most valuable player in both leagues. Very few players have ever done that.
Won a Triple Crown one year.
Yeah. Fouled away. Bill Curry, a Georgia Tech football coach and a good one, out for the ball game. They're coming along over there at Tech. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. When I saw Brad Wellman, I mentioned this on radio, Pete, I couldn't help but remember about 5 or 6 years ago when Vince Dooley, there's a high pop foul. They watch up at Athens too. Vince Dooley said, you win the SEC, fellas, and all, because a lot of his defensive players shaved their heads. He said, I'll shave the hair off my head. Boy, I've got a keeper photograph. That might fall in right field. It does. Jack Clark on a bloop single to right. That's hit number 9 for San Francisco, and the tying runs at first for Jeff Leonard. There's Wellman. Did Skip get into why he shaved? Okay.
He may look kind of foolish, but he's got $1,000 in his pocket.
Yeah. It'll grow back too. I wish you and I could say that.
Yeah.
Leonard is 0 for 3. Clark at first base. That's lined to right. Claudell's got to cut it off. They'll have runners on the corners, I believe. They do. So just like that, the Giants with runners at first and third on 2-out singles by Clark and Leonard. Now the Braves bullpen will become active. Bob Gibson will go out to try to kill a little time. Chili Davis, a batter. The tying runs at third. And Bedrock starts throwing in the Braves pen. Big Braves fan Joyce Strunk up in Kentucky. Year older today. Valerie Rowles. Aunt Valerie now has joined the Braves broadcasting department as our coordinator, and we welcome her and wish Judy Hamblin all the best as she travels to Washington, D.C. on a new job. Let's see. Fred Brocklander is going to tell Bob Gibson, you have problems making decisions. He broke it up.
It's not going to take a pitcher very long on a warm night like this to get ready.
Davis, a batter. It's a little testy, folks. That's a tying run at third. Go ahead run at first, and Davis takes a strike. He's 0 for 3. He thought that pitch was high. As you watch Bedrock. Two outs. And here's an 0-1. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Montreal failed to score bottom of the first. They go to the second now. New York is batting. The 1-1 way high again. Many times the manager feels when a pitcher goes high like McMurtry is doing right now that he's tiring. He's allowed 10 hits. We're in the 8th. It's a long way to October. McMurtry was one of the best pickoff moves for a right-hander on our team. Micro's got an excellent one too. Here's a 2-1. Up the middle, we got a tie game. Murphy bobbles a ball, and this game is going to be untied. The error is going to cost Atlanta. Murphy bobbled it in center, and the Giants have taken a lead. It's 4-3. Give Davis an RBI single. We'll look at it again.
This is something you don't see Dale Murphy do very often. The runner scored easily from third, Jack Clark. That ties the game. Murph had that ball take a little bit of a funny kick. It kicked off the heel of his glove, rolled behind him, and that gave Danny Ozark waving privileges on the other runner, Jeff Leonard, who came all the way around from first to give the Giants a 4-3 lead.
Joe Torre on his way out. This will be all for Craig McMurtry. He pitched into the 8th inning and got the first 2 batters on routine grounders. Then Clark singled, Leonard singled, Davis singled for a run, and when Murphy let the ball get away, another run scored as Craig McMurtry gets a nice hand. Steve Bedrosian making his way in. As he warms up, let's watch this commercial message.
Hey, Braves fans, the Braves are looking great on the field. And now we want you to join us in looking great off the field, too, by officially supporting America's team and wearing the Superstation Special, an authentic Atlanta Braves net team shirt and replica cap, just like the one seen here. Now, for the first time, you can show your spirit and watch America's team on the Superstation or in person at the ballpark while wearing the finest and official Atlanta Braves team sportswear. The Superstation Special knit shirt comes in men's and ladies' sizes. So take advantage of this exclusive offer today and be the first to wear the Superstation Special. By ordering today, you'll get free of charge the Clubhouse Collection catalog, 16 pages packed full of Braves merchandise. Now, here's how to order.
Charge on your MasterCard or Visa by calling 1-800-257-1234 or send $19.95 plus $3.50 for shipping and handling to Superstation Special, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia 30357. Specify ladies or men's and your correct size.
Steve Bedrosian with 8 warm-up tosses. Appearing in his 53rd game, he's won 7, lost 4. He has 16 saves. ERA 2.67. He has 2 outs and a runner at second. Joel Youngblood is a hitter. This is Fitzgerald Ben Hill County night. We hope that the fans from that area enjoyed the game. Youngblood's a little like Ray Knight. Doesn't make any difference what kind of uniform he's wearing. He hits Braves pitching. He's had a great career against Atlanta. Has a homer and a single here tonight. He grounded out his other turn. He's 2 for 3. Here's a 1-0. Breaking ball high, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Royster's going to have to hurry on him. And he does. He just got him. They're out number 3. But San Francisco comes up with 2. 1 unearned. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Giants 4, Braves 3.
Eastern introduces a new level of elegance on our international flights to Central and South America in coach and first class.
El Interamericano.
With special international check-in positions. In coach, enjoy a choice of complimentary French wines, music, and movies. Imagine first class. It's another reason why, for the 4th year in a row, more passengers have flown Eastern than any other airline in the free world.
El Interamericano.
Hi, this is Jerry Lewis for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and these are some of my kids visiting the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales. This year, once again, Anheuser-Busch is pledging over $1 million to MDA. It's all based on sales of Budweiser and Budweiser Light from August 1st through Labor Day. So it's an easy way for you to join in the fight against muscular dystrophy. Look for this display wherever Budweiser and Budweiser Light are sold. And thank you from all of my kids.
This plane flies donated kidneys to waiting patients. It uses a special aviation oil because a kidney on life support has only hours to get to its recipient. In freezing conditions, that all-weather oil, developed by Phillips Petroleum, saves time that would be lost preheating cold engines. And that could save the patient years on dialysis.
Kidney looks very good.
Fine products for you and your car from Phillips Petroleum, the performance company.
There you see Kojak at second. Brad Wellman taking over for Youngblood. Last night, the Giants made a couple of errors. The Braves took advantage of it. Came away a winner. It helped them. It was a 7-2 game. tonight, the Braves, this is why we say everything evens up. The Braves tonight made a couple of costly errors. The Giants have 4 runs. They should only have 2. But it remains to be seen whether it'll have an effect on the outcome of the game. Atlanta still with 2 more innings to go. We've got a little controversy over here by third base now. Brocklander talking something over with Robinson and John McSherry. They're looking at the batting orders, I think, the card.
Got the lineup card out.
Yeah.
There is the possibility that Frank Robinson may have omitted Brad Wellman's name from that lineup card. You have to put the starters down, then all your reserves on that lineup card. He may have omitted that name. And they just want to check to be sure that Wellman is an eligible player.
Maybe they didn't recognize him. I think he's going to go over and talk to Joe Torre now. He's yelling for...
He said put Wellman's name on the sheet. That was the case. Frank Robinson had forgotten to put Brad Wellman's name on the lineup card. That's an embarrassing mistake for a manager to make.
Butler will lead it off. Official score had 3 runs earned against McMurtry. I think there's only
Should be 2.
Yeah. McMurtry went 7 2/3 allowed, 11 hits and 4 runs. Butler takes the ball inside. McMurtry struck out 4. He walked only 1. Make it 2. 2-0 on Butler. Atlanta's got 2 innings to do something with Greg Minton. Butler, Ramirez, and Washington, the first 3. We're playing in the bottom of the 8th. That's a strike. Butler's looking for his first hit. They now made the correction on the earned runs. 2 earned runs against Craig McMurtry. Two balls and 2 strikes. Fans are getting a little antsy. Their team down by a run. They want something to happen. That's to the mound. And is out number 1. Now Rafael Ramirez, who is 1 for 3, knocked in a run in the 5th, hit into a double play in the 3rd, and flied to left in the 1st inning. Washington's on deck. Minton shooting for his 6th win. If he can hold him, he'll be 6-8. He has 13 saves. Right field hit. Rafi just got enough of it. The Braves have 4 hits and Ramirez has 2 of them. So now the fans know that who's ever at the plate represents a go-ahead run. This time it's Washington. Horner's next. Claudell's due. He's had extra batting practice. He's been in a slump. Didn't play yesterday. Came out early for extra hitting. Minton going to first. Ramirez is back. Dodgers failed to score at top of the first. Cincinnati now batting. Ramirez off first. Fans come alive. Hitton's got a cute little move over there. A little jump with a quick step. One-oh. Curveball down and in. Got Claudel chasing it. They're in the third inning at Montreal. No score between the Mets and the Expos. Now Minton. We've got one out in the bottom of the eighth. They've got rain at Detroit where the White Sox are playing, the Tigers. Here's a 1-1. Pitch out. Washington almost chased that ball. I believe it was a pitch out. 2 balls and a strike.
It definitely was a pitch out, and yes, Ernie, you're right. Claudel almost did go after that pitch. That shows he's confused up there right now. He's been in a slump.
2-1. Runner going. Foul away. They played hit and run, and Washington fouled it away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Torre plays aggressive baseball. Joe Torre, manager of the year in 1982.
Got a good chance to win that award again this year.
Yes, sir. You won't rattle Minton. He's a free spirit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Washington waiting. Raffy off first. He's going again. Swung on, hit left field. Ramirez to third. No, he's going back. And it's a good thing. He started for third and held on. Washington reached out and poked that ball to the left.
Well, the Braves have had some experience with the strong throwing arm of Jeff Leonard in earlier games this year. He's thrown out 2 or 3 Atlanta runners. And knowing that, Ramirez, after taking a wide turn at second base, elects to go back.
Well, here you've got your 2 hitters. Horner and Murphy due up. Starrett out to the mound. They're talking over with Minton. No one warming in their bullpen. So a little soft single by Ramirez to right and a line drive single by Washington to left. And Atlanta with a tying run at second base and a go-ahead run at first with 1 down. Of course, they're looking for the grounder. They want a double play. Minton throws a lot of sinkers. Horner's looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the second. First pitch to him. Strike. Horner didn't like the call. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1. Missed inside. Minton taking his time, and you can't blame him. Now Horner gets tired of waiting. They've got an indicator set aside with the runner at second. Takes a little longer to get the sign to the pitcher, and then if he doesn't agree with the catcher, you start all over. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left center field. Pretty well hit. Back toward that wall. Off the wall. 1 in. Washington to third. Horner to second. Going bananas here at the stadium. It's a 4-4 game.
It was on the last road trip that Phil Niekro said sometimes this year's Atlanta Braves team seems to play better when they're down by a run or two. And that's been the case tonight. Braves fell behind by 1 in the second, came back and scored 2. Fell behind by 1 here in the 8th. Bob Horner doubles off the wall, drives in his 66th run of the year, and it's 4-4.
They're going to walk Murphy. And on our replay of Horner, you saw him keep his eye on the ball almost to the point where he could see it hit the bat. Many times good hitters will say they watch the ball, they feel that they can see it hit the bat, although you'd think that would be impossible. And if we could play that back, I don't know if we've got it again. Mark Goldsmith might have it. You'll see Horner look right at that ball, head down, just like a golfer. The bases are loaded. Now watch Horner just looking at that ball, seeing it hit the bat, or feeling that he sees it hit the bat. The batter is Bob Watson with the bases loaded as Joe Torre looks on, but Murphy at first. Intentional walk. Now they're looking for the double play, of course, and 30,000 on their feet. Watson is 0 for 3. 4-4, bottom of the 8th. Only 1 out. I believe he went. If they ask for help, they say no. I think the Braves got a break. I thought he went around. 1 ball, no strike. Watch this. Look where the bat is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they missed it. See if Watson can take advantage. The 1-0. Toward short. Double play ball. It is. And they get out of it. But Atlanta picks up a run. On a big hit by Horner. We've completed 8. We go to the 9th. Braves 4, Giants 4.
It's Olivia Newton-John.
Have to believe we are magic. Nothing can stand in our way.
For the first time on television, Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits, Volume 2, plus an exclusive bonus, a personally autographed poster, but only if you act now. Olivia Newton-John's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. And with every record or tape, a beautiful, personally autographed poster, but only if you order from this television offer now.
To order, use your MasterCharge or Visa. Call toll-free 1-800-257-1234. In New Jersey, call 800-232-6966. Or save COD and handling charges by sending check or money order for $8.98 for record, 8-track, or cassette to Olivia's Greatest Hits. P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia.
We go to the 9th. As you look at Steve Bedrosian, O'Malley will lead it off. We've got a 4-4 game. The Reds have been out for a while in Cincinnati.
They picked up a run in the bottom half of the first. They lead the Dodgers 1-0 after 1.
Cincinnati 1, Los Angeles 0. They go to the second. There's a foul away. Horner came close to a home run. It hit up on the fence in left center field. Then they walked Murphy, played back for the double play and got it as Bob Watson hit the short. 1 ball, 1 strike. So now McMurtry is off the hook, and it's up to Steve Bedrosian. Inside. Left-hander Gary Lavelle starting to throw in their bullpen. He's been on a disabled list. There's the Gare. Bedrock falling behind, 3-1. O'Malley has 2 hits and 3 tries. Missed inside. They asked the first base up.
They could hit him.
It hit him. Here comes Bob Gibson out.
Fastball coming inside. O'Malley trying to get out of the way of it. Just kept riding in. You can see it nick right off his arm there. And he'll be run for. Joe Patini checks into the game to run for O'Malley.
Johnny Rabb, 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI in the 7th as a batter. Is he going to bunt? He is, and he missed it. Greg Minton is out there in the on-deck circle. He's due next, but you might see a pinch hitter. That's Bergman, I believe, out there with him now. Terry Forster starts throwing for Atlanta. 2 veteran lefties in the bullpens right now. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Bunted. Foul. 1-2. Well, I think they'll let him swing now. He's looking for a sign from Danny Ozark. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Montreal picked up a couple. They lead the Mets 2-0 as they move to the 4th at Olympic Stadium. He's swinging and popping it up. Royster should catch it easily back on the grass a couple of feet. That's 1 down. Minton is being lifted. And Bergman, who had a good game against the Braves in San Francisco with 4 RBIs in the game that they won. Bergman is a pinch hitter. He's batting .200, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. Patini at first, running for O'Malley. Patini played some college ball at Mercer in Macon. He can run. Bedrock keeps him close. One out, a runner at first. Every time I see a pitcher go to that rosin bag, I think of the rookie. Pitching coach said, use a rosin bag, and he said, I can't open it. I don't know if that's true or not. It's rather green. On a warm day like this, they use it. Get rid of the perspiration. Inside corner. That one was boring in. Here's an 0-1. Just outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Minton pitched a couple of innings, 3 hits and a run earned, intentional walk and a strikeout. Here's a 1-1. High, 2-1. The Masters on deck. Patini off first base with 1 away. Watch him. 2-1. He is going. The pitch is popped up. Ramirez was covering. Let's see. Can anybody catch it? Nope. Falls in for a base hit. First and second on a bloop single. Butler had the only chance. Ramirez was covering on the play. They were sending the runner from first. You've heard us talk about it. Someone has to cover. Left-handed batter Jerry Royster said, Raffy, your turn to cover. You should take it. Ramirez slipped.
There's Patini taking off, and there's the pop fly. You see Rafael in that picture going over towards second, now going back, trying to catch up with it. Knows he can't do it, so it's all up to Brett Butler and a long and almost impossible run, and couldn't quite get to it.
Well, a Giant's going to break on a little pop fly that was about 15 feet back in left field. Lemaster in the pitch. Line to left, base hit. Butler's going to field it. Fire toward the plate. He's going to be out. He's out. Brett Butler has done it again. He cut down Patini. Darrell Evans doesn't agree. Neither does Frank Robinson. There'll be runners at first and third. It's still 4-4, but now 2 outs.
Another perfect throw by Brett Butler, who's been doing this all year long. He threw out a runner at second base in last night's game. Right on the money to Bruce Benedict. The tag is applied. The plate is blocked. And the man is out at home. There's another angle. You'll see Benedict receive the throw, block the plate, and apply the tag. Perfect execution.
Frank Robinson still doesn't agree. He's out there arguing because Evans was on the scene and started arguing. Still not through the 9th inning. We didn't televise last night, but if you've ever been out here, you know how far it is to the right field corner where it says 330 down in the right field corner. Butler was playing right field last night. O'Malley hit a ball down in a right field corner that bounced off the sign more or less, caromed off the fence, deep in the corner. He thought he had a double. Butler uncorked a strike all the way from that corner to second base, and O'Malley was tagged out. We don't have the stats on Butler for the year, but we're going to make a point of getting it. How many people he has thrown out. But here's Darrell Evans. Bedrosian was still another big hurdle. First and third, 2 outs. There have been 2 hits in the inning and a hit batsman. And here comes Joe Torre. And Bedrock's not going to get a chance to pitch to Evans. I believe Forster will come in. Forster last night pitched 2 scoreless innings in relief. The sign by Joe Torre. And Forster makes his way to the mound. Bedrosian leaving. Okay, as Bedrosian leaves and Forster comes on, let's pause for this commercial.
You're heading where it's fresh and green, to see a world you've never seen. There are new friends to make, there are new things to do, and there's something big waiting for you, for you. Coke is it, the biggest taste you've ever found. Coke is it, the one that never lets you down. Coke is it, the most refreshing taste around. Coke is it, Coke is it.
Once the name Eastern meant service only in the East. Not anymore. Today we spread our wings north to Canada, across to the West Coast, to Mexico and the Caribbean, down to South America, serving over 120 cities in 22 countries, flying more passengers than any other airline in the free world. Today, only our name is Eastern.
Terry Forster on in a real ticklish spot. Go-ahead runs at third. Another runner at first. After 2 innings at Cincinnati, the Reds 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Well, what a big game here tonight for the Atlanta Braves. Forster is 2-2, ERA 2.09. He has 10 saves. Last night he came on and finished the ball game. Niekro went 7 innings, allowed only 2 runs on 4 hits. Knucksy's really on a roll. Forster didn't allow a hit in 2 innings. He hit 1 batter. But as Terry Forster would tell you, that was last night. He's got a top hitter at the plate, Darrell Evans, who tonight is 1-4-3. It's lefty against lefty. LeMaster's at first and Bergman's at third. And the first pitch swung on foul, 0-1. Forster with that old sweatshirt that's been through 3 wars. He's allowed to pitch with it. If he gets much more tattered on that left arm, they might say, hey, clip a little bit of that off. No balls and a strike. And the 1-strike delivery. Oh, a nice play by Benedict. Oh, he just tried to block that ball. Took it right in the chest, I believe, but he's protected. 1 ball, 1 strike. Evans with 22 homers and 57 RBIs. Player of the month for June. All of a sudden it's become awfully quiet here. They realize the importance of this situation. 1 ball, 1 strike. Forster with a 1-1. Just a little bit high, I guess. 2-1. Jack Clark is on deck. And Rick Camp is up and throwing. Good to see that. He was injured on the last road trip. Able to throw already. Here's a 2-1 pitch. There's a bouncer foul pass first. A runner, LeMaster, was going on the pitch. He beat it into the ground and was fouled by a few feet. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Braves tied it in the bottom of the 8th after the Giants had gone in front by a run with 2 runs in the 8th. Top half. Forster with a 2-2 count. Forster brought on because Joe Torre knows that Evans bats against everybody. They weren't going to drop a right-hander in there to hit against Forster. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here it is. High into center field. Murphy way back. This ball is out of here. Home run, Darrell Evans. He hit it a mile in center field. 23rd home run by Evans. It comes with 2 aboard. And Howdy Doody puts 3 on the board for the Giants. It is now 7-4. And this place has become strangely quiet. Darrell Evans has made it a 7-4 game with a drive to deep center field. Here's Jack Clark in the pitch. That's the ball low.
Some job of hitting here by Darrell Evans. He gets a breaking ball down around the knees, and he knew when he hit it that it had a chance to get out of here. Murphy went back as far as he could and just ran out of real estate.
1 ball, 1 strike on Clark. And the pitch. Outside corner, 1-2. Here it is. Missed outside, 2-2. Evans homered here last night. He has 4 homers against Atlanta this season. Now the 2-2 pitch. Driven to left field. Butler hangs on to it for the out. That ball was hit. Clark lines to left. Well, it remains to be seen whether the quarter horse was stolen. We go to the bottom of the 9th. San Francisco out in front now, 7-4.
When athlete's foot makes you itch, 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 and you itch, and you itch, and you twitch, 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 ditch the itch, 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 ditch the itch, itch, itch with Absorbine Junior.
Absorbine Junior stops itch in seconds, kills fungus on contact, helps heal athlete's foot. So when you have athlete's foot,
Ditch the itch, 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 ditch the itch, itch, itch with Absorbine Junior.
ditch the itch with Absorbine Junior in liquid or powder.
Here's more fire from Firestone as Firestone 721 Metrics Radio heats up the action on the 1983 SCCA Pro Rally Circuit, proving itself in driving extremes from snow to wet to desert dust. The Firestone 721 Metrics for downsized domestic and import cars for all-season performance plus handling. More fire from Firestone, where our proof is in performance.
Nice and easy.
It took only a few seconds to begin.
You're great. You're great.
I know. Lighten up.
But it'll take hours before it's over.
I suppose that means I don't pass.
Laugh along with your favorite funny man in the Great American Traffic Jam.
Why didn't I listen to my old man and become a bookie?
Tonight on Superstation WTBS.
Bergman is a new first baseman. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Evans is over at third. And Gary Lavelle is a new pitcher. He was on a disabled list when we were at San Francisco. He's had a good year. You can see his stats. Royster leads it off. Braves got a mountain to climb here in the bottom of the 9th. They're down by 3. Lavalle's first pitch is the ball high. High again. Bedrosian charged with 2 of the runs. Forster with 1 of the runs in the 9th inning. Lavelle's problem was not in the arm. He had tendonitis in the right knee. That's why he was on the disabled. 2 balls and a strike. Benedict on deck. To short. LeMaster to Bergman, 1 down. 1 away, bottom of the 9th. The Braves made a good comeback, as you look at Jim Barr, to tie the ball game in the bottom of the 8th. But the Giants got 3 big ones in the top of the 9th. To highlight a Darrell Evans home run, it must have gone well over 400 feet to dead center. The Giants 14 hits and the Braves 6. A couple of errors by the Braves hurt their cause here tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. Benedict is 2 for 3. He's got another base hit. Single to right by Bruce Benedict. He has 3 hits tonight. Terry Harper has a bat. Harper for Forster. Gerald Perry made it up from Richmond today. As you know, Chris Chambliss disabled yesterday on the 15-day disabled list. Harper at 277 with 3 homers and 23 RBIs. One out, a runner at first. Butler on deck. First pitch, a little bit high. 1-0. The 1-0. Strike. 1 ball and strike. And the 1-1. Make it 1-2. That was a breaking ball. Benedict at first. They're not holding him. He's not going to be running, down by 3. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Terry Harper. Almost hit him. 2-2. Breaking ball just chased him. Now a 2-2. Call strike 3. Harper's called out on strikes on a fastball by Gary Lavelle. The Giants are 1 out away from evening this series.
Here's the 3rd strike to Terry Harper. Looked like it caught the inside corner. Now Randy Johnson will bat for Brett Butler as the last hope for the Braves.
You have to remember when you're watching the umpire call these pitches that it's not where they catch it. It's where, in his opinion, it goes over the plate. So many times you'll see the catcher appear to catch a ball that might be out of the strike zone, but as it crosses the plate, that's when they make their call. Randy Johnson on as a pinch hitter. Braves' last hope. Lavelle trying to save this for Greg Minton. Those runs belong to Minton. Those 3 in the 9th. And Lavelle does qualify for a save. Gene Garber starts throwing in Atlanta's bullpen. Johnson at 364, no homers, 8 RBIs. Inside, he's got a tough slider. Comes right in on you. Loop towards center, and the Giants win. Randy Johnson hit it quite well towards center field, but it was picked off by Chili Davis. And just like that, on a 3-run shot by Evans in the ninth, the San Francisco Giants have evened this series. They win tonight by a score of 7-4. And with that, Peter, you have the totals.
For the San Francisco Giants, 7 runs on 14 hits. They made 1 error, left 5 men on base. Atlanta, 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. 6 runners were left on base. The win goes to Greg Minton. Minton's record now 6-8. Gary Lavelle picks up a save, his 13th. Steve Bedrosian takes the loss, and his record goes to 7-5. This ball game really was all decided in the final couple of innings. Braves held a 3-2 lead going to the 8th inning. We're going to show you what happened from that point on. In the 8th inning, with runners on at first and third, Chili Davis gets a base hit to center field. And when the ball gets by Dale Murphy, it allows Jeff Leonard to score all the way from first base and give San Francisco a 4-3 lead. But as has so often been the case this year, the Braves wasted little time getting back. In the bottom half of the inning, runners aboard first and second. Bob Horner almost hit the ball out of the park. It hits high off the wall in left center field. It scores Rafael Ramirez, and it ties the game at 4-4. A dramatic top half of the 9th inning. Runners were on at first and second. The batter was Johnny LeMaster. LeMaster drives a single into left field, and watch the perfect throw by Brett Butler cut down Joe Patini at home plate. You won't see a better throw than this one, made from left field all the way on the fly to Bruce Benedict, who applies the tag to keep it at 4-4. But then the hero of the evening turns out to be Darrell Evans, who's not very happy there, arguing with plate umpire Fred Brocklander. But a few pitches later, Darrell Evans was happy. With Bergman and LeMaster aboard, he corked a Terry Forster slider into deep center field. It clears the center field fence. Evans has his 23rd homer of the year. RBIs 58, 59, and 60. Gary Lavelle puts out the side in the bottom half of the 9th, and the Giants hold on to win it 7-4.
Okay, tomorrow night, same 2 ball clubs. This series is even now. 7:35 airtime. It'll be Ken Daly against Lasky. Lasky is 12-8. Daly 2-3. And then over the weekend, it'll be the Los Angeles Dodgers. Final score, once again, the Giants 7 and the Braves 4. Till the next time, for Mark Goldsmith, our director, broadcasters, Pete Van Wieren, Skip Carey, John Sterling, and me, Ernie Johnson, speaking to you from Atlanta. So long, everybody.
Atlanta Braves baseball. America's team. Braves baseball has been brought to you by Michelob Light, an exceptional light beer with a rich, smooth taste. Eastern Airlines, America's favorite way to fly, and the official airlines of the Atlanta Braves. Toyota Cars and Trucks, who remind you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety. So get the feeling whenever you drive. And by the people in your town who bring you delicious, refreshing Coca-Cola. When it comes to big refreshment, Coke is it. Canon, so advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. And by CNN and CNN Headline News.
Honey, you really should call it.